Poland, 1944. The country had been gripped by war for nearly 5 years. Nazi occupation brought terror and destruction, while the Polish resistance fought desperately from the shadows. As the tides of war shifted, Poland became the battlefield for a new invasion, one that would shape its future for decades to come. Since September 1939, Poland had been occupied by Nazi Germany. Millions of Polish citizens, both Jewish and non-Jewish, suffered under brutal repression. The German war machine had turned Poland into a land of fear, but resistance brewed beneath the surface. The Polish resistance, led by the Home Army, launched sabotage missions, gathered intelligence, and prepared for the moment when they could rise against their oppressors. That moment came in 1944. On August 1, 1944, the Polish resistance launched Operation Tempest, with its most significant battle being the Warsaw Uprising. The goal? To liberate the capital before the Soviet Red Army arrived. But what began as a courageous act of defiance quickly turned into a desperate struggle for survival. The Home Army expected Soviet support, but Stalin, seeing the Polish resistance as a future threat to Soviet control, ordered his forces to halt on the east bank of the Vistula River. The Poles were left to fight alone. The uprising lasted 63 days. Over 200,000 Poles were killed, and the city of Warsaw was almost entirely destroyed by Nazi retribution. Poland had fought valiantly, but the cost was devastating. While the world watched the Warsaw Uprising, the Soviet Union prepared its own invasion of Poland. In January 1944, the Red Army crossed Poland's eastern border, pushing the Germans back. But for many Poles, this was not a liberation, it was a changing of oppressors. The Soviets disarmed the Polish resistance, arrested their leaders, and imposed communist rule. Poland's government in exile in London was ignored, and a Soviet-backed regime took control. By the war's end, Poland had traded one form of tyranny for another. Poland's 1944 struggle is a story of heroism, betrayal, and resilience. The Warsaw Uprising became a symbol of defiance, while the Soviet invasion reshaped Poland's future under communist rule. For decades, the truth of 1944 was suppressed, but today, it stands as a testament to Poland's unbreakable spirit. Though the battle was lost, the fight for Poland's soul never ended. And in remembering 1944, we honor those who fought and fell for freedom,